Hello and welcome to Gravesend, Australia Diecast Salvage. Today we are going to rescue not the Matchbox tow truck or two or three. They are here to save these buses. They're originally going to go for the free Dinky Duplo single deck buses for today's episode. Stay tuned. Welcome back. As you can see, there are 3 buses missing. They've been pulled out and they are on the back of the tow truck. Look at that. They are heading off to the Gravesend, Australia workshop. Catch you soon. Welcome back. Here are our 3 Duplo buses. This one says 282 Duplo Roadmaster, Leyland Royal Tiger, made in England by Dinky Toys. This one just says Leyland Roadmaster, Dinky Toys, Duplo Roadmaster, no number. This one is the same, just says Duplo Roadmaster, Leyland Royal Tiger, made in England, and Carno Limited, also a Dinky toy. This one looks like it used to be a BOAC. This one is over painted, but it is the red colour. They did a bit similar paint. As you can see with this one, it used to be yellow. I'm not restoring these to original colours. I will be customising a paint to the livery of the Sydney government buses, which was green down the bottom, darkish green with a cream top. And down the side here will be a black stripe. What we'll be doing is, I don't drill these out. I'll use my Dremel equivalent and I just grind these down. On all of them, I find it a lot easier than just the drilling. Let me get my thing ready. And here we go. I won't show you how on the other 2 because it'll be done exactly the same way. Now let's see if we can pull this apart. Screwdriver under there, bit of pressure, and it's apart like that. We'll take these temporary tyres off because these aren't the originals. I will be making my own tyres from the originals that we have here. I'll be making those. I'll show you the process of how I make them in a little while. Catch you soon. Welcome back. Well, I'd forgotten that I'd run out of my caustic soda, which is my preferred method of stripping paint. But we have a backup. always good to have a backup plan. So we're going back to the old paint stripper. So that's all. That's the paint stripper is Marty's Matchbox Makeover's preferred method. The caustic soda is Matchbox Garage's method, and yeah, it's all from quite a few others. Like, you know, just the bubbling of the paint with the paint stripper is very nice. I won't touch that with my hands. And the effects with the caustic soda and the hot water, that's also fascinating. Right, but we'll just have to deal with what we've got. So everything's effective. Yeah, it's yeah, we're not restricted here in Australia at the moment with the COVID. We're in New South Wales. We've gone 34 days with no infections, which is nice. And yeah, this is why, you know, it's all a lot of people like the caustic soda method. It's not as messy. Yeah, not as messy. So I'll keep doing this. Get this paint off. When we come back, the paint will be gone, and we should be at the varnishing stage. So catch you in a few moments. It should only be a couple of seconds. Welcome back. I'm going to try and get myself organised here. We use this type of airbrush. It's battery operated. Plug it in. A lot cheap. It's a cheaper alternative than having to buy a compressor and a airbrush itself. You can put in a more expensive airbrush on it, but I've been finding this has been quite adequate. So let's go. And you see how it's not very noisy. Turn it on. There you go. That's the loudness of it. So let's see how we go with that paint. Whoa! As we drop everything. There we go. Oh. Fun and games. I'm not going to edit this out because this is the stuff that happens to us. I'm a cheap Charlie. I just use a toilet paper roll to hold things up. So let's try this again, shall we? There we go. Let's make sure we've got some paint coming out. Yes, we do. I'm only new to airbrushing. I think I said that in my last video. But I'm usually doing rattle cans. But I'm finding this very easy to use. Now I don't really have to paint the roof because the roof's going to be in cream. The bottom part is green. And paint's still coming out. And there we have it. I'll do the other two the same way. Catch you in a moment. welcome back. It's been 24 hours since we did the painting of this green. Now we're going to do a mask off so that we can paint the top part of the cream. Just doing a bit of a tidy up on the tape here, and just do a quick measurement, cut our tape, and we line it up like so. As you can see, it does a step up here, so that's what we're going to do as well. A bit more tape. Just do a rough line up. Give it a cut. Line it up with the end. Okay. There we go. Make sure it's all nice down secure. Oh, we've got a thunderstorm coming. Isn't that lovely? Lovely thunderstorms. Don't we like it? We're in the garage. Straight. Just going to straighten up that back. There we go. And we come round to the other side. We do the same thing again. We just get a length. To roughly where we want. Just lost my tape onto the ground. Press down. We'll get a nice straight edge. Oops, so easy. Again, we drop our tape. Like I say, I won't be editing this out because, you know, so there are some of us that will be doing it. So, if you do it, I do it, everybody's done it. So, now we'll line it up again to the edge, like so, edge underneath the windows, take it across the back, so that we're all nice and tidy. Now we're coming to the front. And we'll keep it just underneath the front windows there. Oh, look at that. See, we made a nice jump there. We'll just put another piece of tape over there so we don't spray this part in here. Look at that. Just make sure that we've got everything covered, nice and straight, like so, and we're done. And we're taping across there, a bit of fluff, get rid of that, that's all done, and all there and all straight. Alright. I'll mask up the other two buses and we'll come back when we're ready to paint. Well, I'm going to paint the roof. This is only so that I get extra practice in using this airbrush. Like I say, I find it very useful, very handy, very nice. This is the wide. And as we can come in close, I'll come in from this side. Let's see how I go left-handed. Now I'm crappy left-handed, but here we go. Let's try it this way. That's better. Much better. Go to an angle where I'm more comfortable. This we can still see. As you can see, there's quite good pressure coming out of this air gun. Probably about 20 psi. There we go. Just doing a little bit of minor touch up. Everybody's going to do some touch up. But, you know, so I don't mind having my mistakes in the videos because somebody else is going to go through with it, and you know, it's a matter of we're out of paint, which is good. Alright, catch you next time when we do the roof. And welcome back. As you can see, the 3 buses are now masked up, and I have my spray gun ready. We should be able to do all of them. This will be nice. Let's see how we go. We just spaced that one out a bit. That one out. Just space them out a bit so we've got some room to go around. I'll just check to see if we're all in. All in? No, we're not. We just moved. Okay, we'll just move that bus in and move that one down this way. But actually what we might do is, again, like I said, this is all trial and error. I'll do one bus like we did before. We'll put on our little stand here. Take this box away and put it on our little stand here. And we should be able to go, we should be good to go. There we go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm ready. I hope you enjoy. Let's see what sort of goofs ups I can do here. Just make sure that we're getting paint. We are, and away we go. Get a nice little hold on there. Yeah, so getting into this hobby, I've been in it on and off for a little while, but mainly using rattle cans. But yeah, so inspirations of Marty's Matchbox Makeovers, Matchbox Garage, Danny's Die Cast Disasters, Lee Time Riders Wee Little Cars, Bare Metal HW, all been inspirations into this for me. To take it just that little bit further. So I thank you guys, and I hope those that start to view this channel will enjoy it as well. And that's all. I'm taking what I can from the others. And you know, make my own. It's a nice little hobby to have. Yeah, that one's all right. Sorry, I had to take a closer look. And because I've got this masked off down the bottom, a lot easier to touch and to transfer over to on the other buses. And we'll continue going. Now these aren't, like I say, this is going to be a representation of the buses that ran in the Sydney government buses service. Now these aren't the exact same buses because they don't make them in this scale. They make them correctly in a 176 scale, but not in this scale, which is I think approximately a 143 if I'm correct. But feel free to correct me. But in any case, but in this scale, as to what these dinkies are, there is no accurate model out there commercially. There might be some people that can scratch build. Good on them. I'm I would one day like to give it a try, scratch building. At the moment, we're just going to be doing this. So it's just an interpretation of the government buses of the 1960s and 70s that ran around the Sydney and Parramatta, all the outer Sydney suburbs that ran by the government bus fleet. As I said, this is a representation only. It's not too it's never going to be accurate. Let's try painting it. And crossways. Now the paint that I'm using is from a rattle can, which I've sprayed into a disposable plastic cup to get the liquid out, and then I've poured it into this cup here that we see in the hopper for the spray gun here. That's the third one. We'll go back to the first one. Give it another coat. So some of the other restorers out there, they'll only show you the one coat. Like I say, I'd like to see what's happening. I'm sure you do too. And if there's a mistake made along the way, then well, maybe you can learn from it. Nothing to forget to do underneath there. Nice sheen on top, which is nice to see. Again, we just toilet rolls come in quite handy. Turn around. The spray gun that I'm using is a single action because the air is a constant supply. As soon as I let go of the trigger, as you can hear, the pressure's still going. I do have another one which is a dual action. We'll play with this one for a little while. And we go back to number 3 or 1, whichever one it was. And away we go again. to give it as even a coat as possible. Okay, ladies and gents, we'll come back when take off the masking. And we're back. It's time to unmask and see whether we had success or a failure. Oh. Okay, here we go. And we peel, peel, peel. Very carefully we'll peel. That's one piece. And come from the back again. Now we continue. Oops. Go down the wheel. We've got our step, which is what we want, just here. We come around the front. Yeah. We didn't bleed too bad, as Marty from Matchbox Makeovers would say. I'm happy with that. And we finished taking that one off. Hey. Not too much bleeding. We might have to repaint that one. Got to keep an eye on what we're doing. This part here where the paint's come off here, I'm not too worried about that because we're making that silver anyway. So that's all right. Take a bit paint coming off there. One down, two more to go. Aren't we lucky? Let's see what happens with this one. As we find out end of our tape. Peel off. Bleeding's not too bad. Actually, no, there's no bleed. Might have to do a little bit of touch up there to come back into this part here. I'll have a think about it. Yeah, this one's coming up. This one's coming up okay. Tape's just catching on the bottom. A little bit of bleeding here, but we can hide that. That's bus number 2. This we can touch up. That's not too much of a problem. And here we go with our third bus. So we can get our tape from the bottom, come up, a bit of bleeding there, but that's only because they had the tape not in the right place. So same thing here, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Well, for an amateur like me, I say not too bad. For the purists, or those who want to be real finicky, well, it's my bus. So we come down here again, we just caught on the bottom of the wheel arch. And we have our third bus. As I said, representation is of a Sydney government bus fleet. While you're looking at those, I'll see if I can. Oh, I've got containers going everywhere. I'll show you what I mean by Sydney government. Sydney bus. Glue everywhere. This is what happens when you're not really prepared to do something. There is a okay, we may have been all out of shot, have we? Maybe not. This is a 176 scale bus of an actual Sydney bus. It's missing a rear bumper, which I've still got to fix, but that's what I'm trying to represent with the Dinkies. So as you can see, the Dinkies are a little bit bigger, but the colours are almost there. Here is a Sydney double-decker bus of 176 scale that needs to be restored. That will come, sort of a little bit later. So the roof's come off, missing the base down the bottom. I do have the base, but we shall come back to those at a later date. Alright, so we'll be back for the final reveal. We're waiting for our buses to dry since they've been painted. Now we're going to see if we can make some wheels, some rubber tyres. We only got 3 original tyres, and we have 4 others which aren't original. So how I make the tyres is I use this product here, silicon putty. There's a part, that's part B, that's part A, which we will mix together. We'll come to the colour like this, right? And we should be able to make our moulds, and then use a hot glue gun with the hot glue, oops, there we go, to make our tyres. As you can see, that's the back end of the tyre, which is not going to be seen, and we can paint them up later. Okay, so all I've done here is just got some Lego blocks, made a little frame. I'll put some plasticine inside here. This will be the first part of our mould. We place our tyres in to where we think it will work well, and then with this little, again, block, what we're going to do is we're just going to press the tyres in just slightly, and by so what it does is it keeps our little frame. Here is our 2-part mix, part A and part B, and we just mix it together. It's non-toxic. Well, as far as I know, it's not non-toxic. You don't need gloves for this. What we're doing here, you just mix it together so it's a nice even colour. Just pull it apart a little bit, and now we just place it in. I'd like to place it in over the tyres sort of first, so it can go down the centre like we're doing now, so it captures it all. Now we fill out the rest. Yeah, just make it, just fill in all the corners, and again we'll just use this again so we get a nice smooth finish. and this will, you know, this will just help in the process. As you can see, the Lego's falling apart because these are old Legos. I've used them for other castings before, and consequently they don't hold as well as like they used to. As you can see, we now have a nice little finish there. This will take about 10-15 minutes to cure, and when we've done that, we'll do the other side. Okay, we are 15 minutes later, and this is now ready to be demoulded. It's just a matter of pulling the Lego apart and just putting it to one side, and now we can separate our mould from the plasticine, like so. That tie goes in there. That tie can go in there. We just quickly rebuild our mould. As you can see, it doesn't take much. Just Lego. Put our plasticine to one side because we don't need it anymore. Because we have this. There we go, like. Nope, that was right the first time. Lego as a kit. There we go. We have our mould here. Now we need to use a release agent. Oh no, I'm just using petroleum jelly. As a release agent. Just smear a little bit on the finger, doesn't need much. And we just go over the tyres, because silicone will stick to silicone. Hence why we need the release agent. So we can split our mould. Just make sure we get everything. Let's clean our fingers a little bit, and we get some more. Some more of our putty. You could use the liquid silicone, but so that's 24 hours to dry. Before you can demould. And just a little bit more of this one. Screw our cap back again, as you can see here. Just a matter of mixing it all together, just like plasticine. But this, so this gives a permanent mould. Plasticine, whilst you could use it, there's nothing wrong with plasticine. It just, so your mould's destroyed once you're trying to get the tyres out. This way, if you get other tyres the same, there we go, we're thoroughly mixed, and now we just put it into our mould. We create it. Like so. Let's put a bit more up here, just move it out a little bit. Make sure it's not nice and into all the crevices. Just use our damper tool, which of course, as you can see, it's just the Lego blocks put together. It's just so that we have a nice sort of squarish, oops, nice playing field that we have. Okay, takes about 10-15 minutes to cure, and then we can demould and we shall make our tyres. Okay, we're now at the stage of moulding our tyres. Here are our 3 originals. Here is the mould which I made from them. Going to use a hot glue gun and fill out our little tyres here. Just make sure that we get enough in there. Into the next one. May not be able to see much. Just spread it in a bit. Make sure it goes around the edge. There we go. Now we pop on our lid. Turn off our gun for the moment. Let's press on our lids. As you can see, I've already done some already. They still have to be painted. And some. And as you can see, this one hasn't got any. So let's see how we go. Just need to hold it there for a little while. Here we have our moulds. Cold. Might have to put a little bit more into this one and this one. And do that while the glue gun is still hot. Let's fill in there. Fill in there. As you can see, the glue is already starting to cool very quickly. I do apologise for the shake, because we are on a flexi stand. So I'll get there. Let's get the hot glue off our fingers, because it's very stringy. And here we go again. As you can see, that's filled up that hole, filled up that hole. So just give it a couple of seconds while we expose this side to air, so it's cool to the touch. And we can demould. They're not going to be as perfect as the original. Right. We've got some flashing to get rid of, and the inner part, the circle. There we go, we've got another 2 tyres there. That one we might put back in, because it's got an air pocket in it. And it came out this hole. Right, now let's see if we've still got enough heat in this gun to fix that up. There. And there. We can put our mould back on, pressing tightly, squeezing tightly. As I said, with these ones here, all we're going to do is trim off the flashing, and then we'll fit the tyres. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All wheels. This one has all homemade wheels, detailing, lights, tail lights, which they don't normally have. Same thing with this one. That has 3 originals and 1 homemade tyre. And this one has just ordinary tyres from somewhere else. Just the eBay cheapy brands. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. 3 buses done.